Hey guys, Amber here. How are you? Day 14 of intuition, and although this isn't really super intuition-y, okay, many of you guys are asking questions, so I wanted to cut a video on it. Now, you guys are asking what juicer do I use for the celery juice? All right, so Jason and I have been juicing since 2013. And what we did is we tried to use our old juicer to juice celery juice when we started doing this about 90 days ago. It was definitely a no-go. All right, so first of all, I want to tune you into this. Let's see if I can do this. Oh, well, that made me really bright. It wasn't exactly what I was looking to do. No, we're just going with it. Okay, great. All right. So this is probably gonna look backwards to you guys. Sorry. Celery juice. Okay, so this is the book, Medical Medium Celery Juice. Okay, so I would say intuition is how I found the book, right? And the author, Anthony Williams, has a website. If you go to medicalmedium.com, and on medicalmedium.com, he recommends 3 juicers for celery juice. So let me first talk about the juicer, because that's what many of you guys are asking about. Then I'll talk for a second about Anthony Williams and why I was kind of like attracted to this dude. Okay, so here it is, you guys. It's also an omega. I'll put the link in the comments. It's super easy. It's like this. You like click this little button. It says open. This comes off. This is put together. Like, I have to be honest, most of the time, Jason puts it together for me, or my friend Lauren does it, and Lauren does all of our juicing for us. So we're awesomely blessed. She always makes juice for myself and for Jason and for her every day. Okay, so look at this. Just pops in here, and then there's a little button right at the top. It says open or close. Okay. Now our old juicer was good for a 2013 juicer, but cleaning the sucker was a little bit of a chore. And if something got stuck inside of it, you'd have to like undo the whole thing and kind of take like 30 minutes to kind of like weave something out of there. This one, first of all, probably takes maybe five minutes to clean. You obviously, like any juicer, you get this little toothbrush deal, okay? And this like gets all of this, like, I don't know, it's like the end. You guys see that? And it kind of like wedges anything out of there. So it takes like 5 minutes to clean. It's really easy to put together. It was not ridiculously expensive. It was probably medium, middle of the road, like maybe $297 for a juicer. Okay, now let me just say this though. This is how I found celery juice. So remember, it's like, I'm like just researching, like what else can I do for breast health, right? That was kind of what initiated all of this. And I find this guy, Anthony Williams. Now, this is a new book, just came out in May. So we were celery juicing before he wrote this book. So I first got his thyroid book, and then I got his liver book. Okay, then we knew that the celery book was coming out. But the minute I read the thyroid and the liver book, and you guys, I've had some like, I just tend to like tax myself a little bit, right? Like if anybody knows me, I'm up until 1, 2 o'clock in the morning working, especially in this last year, you guys, because or 2 years. We had an au pair with us for the first 2 years that Augie was born, and then we didn't, and then we were kind of like in and out of nannies. And so my lifestyle the last 2 years was not as awesome as it was the first 2 years with Augie, because the last 2 years I just haven't had quite a system, and nannies have been kind of coming and going, and then Jason's been like, you guys, an hour and a half away. So my lifestyle in the last, year to 2 years was a little like, so my adrenals got a little bit taxed, my cortisol's kind of like out of control, and so I was really working on like lifestyle changes and potentially food changes although it's mostly lifestyle, right? I'm decent with my food and I'm decent with my supplements, but I'm always like, hey, I've talked to my chiropractor, I'm like, hey, if there is a tablet I can take to make sure that my adrenals stay in shape, he's like, no, you run on, empty all the time, and your sympathetic nervous system is on overdrive all the time. I'm like, I know. Okay, so that's why I started with the liver rescue book, then I went to the thyroid rescue book. Okay, now medical medium himself, Anthony Williams, is a medium, okay? He's not a doctor. So this is where the intuition talk comes into place. So for me, you guys, as I read about him and how he is a medical medium and what happened to him at age 4 and how he discovered his gifts and his abilities, that's what hooked me. Okay, now you guys might read his story and be like, this guy's a quack, right? And I don't believe in any of this stuff, and therefore you wouldn't be interested in his book or his reading or his theories. And you guys, it's all great. It's almost like I was talking to somebody recently and they're like, I just really relate to sports stories. And so I create all of my analogies on sports stories. I'm like, I got it, right? And then there's other people that are really like, they talk about like families, right? And the dynamics of families. But like, and I just relate everything to like families and the dynamics of aunts and uncles and cousins and people living together and then people leaving and coming back. And that's what they relate to, right? And then there is people that relate to, spirituality or spirits or, astrology and the stars and the moon and the sun, right? And that's kind of up my alley. So when I heard his story and how I understood his ability, right? And then his first book is really awesome, you guys, if you're into this, right? Because he talks about it at 16 years old. He's working in a grocery store and he's juicing. He's celery juicing for people in a grocery store. And the owner of the grocery store was like, awesome, I'll let him celery juice for people. And he'd walk up to people in a grocery store and he'd give them a medical reading. Like if you've ever seen this guy give a medical reading, he does this, like, he's like, okay, and it's kind of weird. Does that make sense? But he's kind of up my alley, you guys. So it just made sense for me. So let me say that. As I started reading his stuff, the books made sense. His story made sense. The whole celery juice thing made sense. Okay, so more to come on actually what I do and how I do it. But today, you guys just wanted to know what juicer I use. Here it is, really quick, easy to use. I'll put the link in the comments and then more to come on actually what I do, how I do it, what do I mix it with, the frequency. But you guys, if you want more information, you just go to medicalmedium.com because for the most part, that's what I do.